Anstrengend.
Changing weathers.
It's steep.
Gravel road.
Una sensación de abandono.
Mosquitoes.
Filtering water.
Nette Bekanntschaften.
Forest.
Soledad. Angenehm.
Mosquitoes.
And wilderness.
I'm Christina from Switzerland.
So, mein Name ist Soidan Karasinan aus Berlin.
My name's Arnold. I am from Holland.
Ich bin Christiane Günther.
I am Natalie Corbett. I am from Minnesota in the United States.
Soy Siddhartha de México.
So for me, I think Alaska is probably the easiest.
I like the idea of cycling, and my partner wanted to start in Alaska, so why not?
Cycled from Anchorage because Alaska is the furthermost northern country.
Pues la montaña, ¿no? Siempre he sido atraído hacia las montañas.
I've always wanted to go to Alaska more or less my whole life.
I'm an albino, and the rest of the world is a lot hotter.
I've been drawn to the outdoors, and Alaska just is full of it.
Y la lejanía, ¿no? Entre más lejos esté de donde nací, mejor me llena el cuerpo.
It was probably my last day on the Dalton. I'd been biking up and down mountains for about 8,000 meters. I was done. Stupid designers of this road, just like they saw a massive hill and said, let's just plow straight up it, because why go on flat ground? There's no point. Let's have fun.
First day I started off, I was cycling up a mountain and I got hit by a car. I was already sunburnt from being in the sun too long. It's kind of a nasty combination of awful things happening to me.
I think the second day on the road was my hardest day. We were climbing a lot. I was not trained yet. I had to push the bike. It was cold. It was next to a highway and a lot of cars and trucks. It was just nothing pleasant about it.
In Clinton Creek in Alaska mit meinem Packraft, mit gesamtem Gepäck zu paddeln, weil es extrem gefährlich war und extrem streng. Und ja, Mitbewohner mit Bären gibt es auch eine ganze Menge da. Das war für mich das anstrengendste und gefährlichste.
Denali Highway. It was raining hard. We woke up and it was raining and we kept sleeping. 1 hour more, it still rained, and then we had to get up. Then I went outside and I realized that I lost a Glücksspringer. And then I got really pissed off the whole day.
En el Parque Nacional Denali, de sol y buen clima cambió a granizo y se puso muy frío, soplaba el viento y no pudimos parar a comer. Realmente hicimos, no sé, 70, 80 kilómetros sin comer, con frío y no había dónde refugiarse, entonces ese día fue duro.
And then the wind only got worse. I ended up having to push my bike down about a 1 to 3% grade into the wind because the wind was so strong, and I was going about 4 kilometers an hour, and I was just beaten down, and I was crying, flipping off the sky and just swearing, and eventually I just had to hitchhike in because I just couldn't go anymore, and I was going to miss the buffet, and I wasn't going to miss that buffet.
Had a great time with the cops, had a great time with the lady who hit me. I've got to say, after the first day, everything got better. I got to see wildlife, I got to see bears.
I had to get water in my wet shoes, and it was really annoying day. But then there was a man from just coming and invited us for coffee, and the day was saved.
And then in a car basically drove zigzag in front of me and then ended in the ditch. So there was a car accident right in front of me, and yeah, that was it. I was done. needed a campground for the night and wait for the next day.
Wie das Tier nochmal heißt, das größte. Der Moose, ja, der Moose. Der war unten in Süd-Anchorage. Das Ding hätte mich getötet. Das war schon ein heftig riesiges Teil. Riesengroß, so viel schönes Fleisch. Currywurst, Bratwurst, alles.
And then about 20 to 30 meters in front of me, this big grizzly just ran across the road, and I just like slammed on the brakes and just like froze. My brain was like, ah! And so I just grabbed bear mace and waited for this German dude on a motorbike to come, and he like honked his horn a few times, and then we proceeded. And then that horn really made me safe.
On the Kenai Peninsula, and it was our own mistake, it was our own fault. We cooked too close to the tent and we hung the food not high enough, so some black bears appeared while we were in the tent, checking out the place and sniffing for food. We left the tent and moved the tent, but the bears followed us, and at the end they walked over our tent, broke the tent, ate all our food, and then left.
Black bear jump up on the cycle path when I was cycling on the Seward Highway. I mean, by now I've got bad eyesight, so I see 16%. I saw this fuzzy black blob in front of me and I couldn't see what it was, so I stopped the bike and I made a photo, and I enlarged with my phone to see what it was, and it was a black bear. It was like 10-15 meters in front of me. That was pretty cool. The bear walked the other way, so I could just slowly follow it, and it had no notion of me.
The day we arrived in Anchorage, we were cycling in a city, and after 5 minutes we saw our first moose. Told us that we had to be very, very careful with driving past that moose.
Me siento afortunado de haber visto una mamá grizzly con sus dos cachorros. Estábamos realmente cerca, de hecho muy cerca, más de lo permitido. Pasa que había fotógrafos profesionales con coches y entonces nos animamos a pararnos. Y realmente teníamos a los cachorros a 50 metros, ¿no? La mamá ni se inmutaba, ¿no? Estábamos ahí muy cerca.
Actually, the most confrontating thing to me was the 24/7 daylight. The night is like my savior, is like my comforting moment that I know comes. It doesn't matter how burnt I get during the day. I went up to the Arctic Sea, and you'd go into your tent and the sun would be on the left, and you'd wake up in the morning and the sun would be on the right, and it'll bobble around from left to right. And
Everyone made a big deal about the bears. Like that you're going to see them, they're going to attack you, more or less you're going to get eaten, is how it was made out to be. It's not. You barely see them. They mind their own business, and as long as you're not stupid, you're generally going to be fine.
And, the attention you get when you're cycling, when you're on the bike, and the generosity and friendliness that comes afterwards, like people helping you, asking if you need anything, curiosity. I didn't expect that much attention at all.
Die Menschen nach Vorstellung eigentlich hier mehr deprimierender sein sollten, als man sich vorstellen kann. Dabei sind sie sehr hilfsbereit und menschenfreundlich. Man muss eigentlich nur fragen und man kriegt seine Hilfe.
La unidad que tiene la gente, ¿no? Realmente hay pocos, son más comunidades que están dispersas y se ayudan entre ellos. Todos son voluntarios de los bomberos, de la ambulancia, entonces todos se van turnando y se echan la mano, ¿no? Los inviernos eran muy largos y entonces si no te apoyas en tus vecinos y esa sensación de comunidad, pues no sobrevives, ¿no?
Ich bin der René, komme aus Deutschland und bin mit meinem Auto auf einem Roadtrip unterwegs und das Nervigste ever, was mich immer auf der Straße stört, sind die Fahrradfahrer. Blockieren die Straße, ich muss immer abbremsen, nichts zum Aushalten. Und dann auf den ganzen Campgrounds nehmen sie mir die ganzen Stellplätze weg mit ihren blöden Zelten und Fahrrädern. Unbegreiflich. Echt zum Kotzen.
You and me live for the sea. We'll die like kings, and we won't get too far on stolen credit cards and a half tank of gasoline. But we could make it to the sea. We could both set sail. I've got the perfect plan. We'll